All right, we're going to do another breakdown of the stories that have been posted. Eventually, these will get so crystal clear that you won't need these additional breakdowns. But for now, I'll go ahead and do additional breakdowns as you get more and more constituted with what is being said and aligning with all facets of the New Earth mission. So, this is a New Earth meditation that's really good that includes a lot of the solar punk visuals. I can play it for a little bit, but you'll find the reel on any of the social platforms. Envision the new world, the solar punk future, complete harmony with Earth, complete harmony with each other, basic needs met for all, children frolicking with. So that's about the frequency that you get from it. So it's about staying constituted as that frequency. The entire game is just being constituted as the solar punk frequency, being constituted as the New Earth frequency, just being unshakable, never moving from there. You'll hear me say this over and 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 over. And then at some point it'll probably click where that's what you're going to be. You're going to be new earth, 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 new earth. All body energy just moving more and more effortlessly in that direction constantly. That's it. That's literally it. And the solar punk is just that ideal archetype of the indigenous wisdom meeting the technological basic needs, free energy utopia. So this was a really fun one that came through. It's just limitlessness playing with limits. That's basically it. I mean, you don't really need to go further than that. I mean, down here in the later on in the video, it's been a while, by the way, in terms of sleeping. So it's probably been like approaching 36 hours since I've slept. I've had a pretty funky sleep schedule. So pardon some of the energetics. It's a little bit maybe less wah and a little bit more kind of like relaxed, but we'll see if that fluctuates throughout. So in essence, it's just limitlessness playing with limits. I mean, it's way too easy, and that's why I wrote GOAT, because you're the greatest of all time. There's only you. You're the greatest of all time. And you'll notice later on I talk about, okay, no one and basic needs and new earth and anti-matrix, and it's like combining all these things into one thing, which is what really sort of the indescribable essence of what this channel is. It's fascinating stuff. So that's what you are, limitlessness playing with limits. Is it just ice bathing? Really good stuff, man. Heals the body really beautifully. Super good healing, super good just helping work out all the contractions in the body vehicle. Super smart move to do that often if you can. Then this photo was extremely triggering, of course, because as y'all know, this is one of the most quintessential ways of kayfabe, which is just manipulation. It's just absolute manipulation for self-image, totally Satan, faking private jet photos. And of course, Satan's just God's minion. All these games that are played are endless. And this is just a measly influencer that's doing it. So what can global elite in bed with tech, govs, and media do? So at even larger scale. So obviously, wake up, Neo. So, and then someone asked me about what was your take on what's happening behind the scenes of the Microsoft and OpenAI bit. And I was just very blatant before, and I repeated myself in a way here by saying that the global elite matrix kayfabe is what's happening, and it's absolute corruption, a classic type of matrix kayfabe where valuation is artificially pumped with strategic drama. Just so that's it. Valuation artificially pumped with strategic drama. It's an ancient dark arts trick, oldest time, nothing new under the sun. Just now the mouthpiece is free to say it without repressing. God bless this flow. How are you, King? This is definitely a fave from it, is without both there is no God flow. Most classically a repression of rage / anger for injustice and therefore no ignition for new earth. Release the valve. So like you gotta know how to be absolutely still and yet also totally raging for new earth. And if you can master those two things, which are really one thing, then you win the game. And when you win the game, you get to just be fucking happy and blissful and in flow. And it's just an absolute masterpiece that creation is. But you can only tap into that if you've really fully given yourself and all of your nonsensical straitjacket pieces over to that divine flow that is has no problems at all with things like expressing rage or anger for injustice. And that's exactly what the ignition for the new earth is. So it's a very deep trap to repress the things that have to flow through the valve in order to beyond past the valve, releasing the valve in order for the God flow to flow. Dance, baby. Yeah, try his best, but he just can't seem to get Kanye fresh. Yeah, damn. Just wanted you to know. Definitely gotta unvalve the flow, man. Unvalve it, like, really fucking like let go of the body, let it go, let it flow, let it go, let it flow, let the body go, let the body flow, let the body go, let the body flow, let it go, let it flow, let the body go, let it flow, let the body go, let it go, let the body go, 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 go. Let the body go, let the body go, let the body go, let the body go, let it flow, flow, let the body go, let the body go, let the body go, let it flow, flow. That's what really just letting it all go, letting it all go, So, new earth alignment and limit shattering coaching. So, just opening up if you want to, have assistance in this. We're already doing it for Home DAO, and I'll just include now the kind of pro new earth, anti-matrix plus spiritual side of the coaching. So limit shattering is another crucial part of it, and it's examples like this, as you see, like where someone's replying about things energetically clicking, and the reflections are kind of what they need, feel like they're a little trapped. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll pull up for you the website. So this is in the bio, the link's in the description. But so this is the, the projects page and whatnot. There's that has Home DAO and simulation. This is the normal homepage, nothing to do but die into the new earth, basic needs, abundance for all. You got exactly what we just talked about a second ago, the visualizations of new earth, and there's nothing really to do but build new earth, and it's the highest expression of God's will. And then there's this, that you didn't come here to serve fictitious money and governments, but to bring heaven to earth. And there's coaching down there. You can also click it up here. So when you click coaching, you'll see I coach individuals and teams on shattering limits and alignment with actualizing their new earth visions. If you click this inquire button, you'll get a mail too, and you'll be able to email me with details. Some of the peeps that I work with, more examples of things that I reflect and how it lands for people, helping them on their journeys. And then Solar Punk, this link also, obviously we've kind of went over that a bit. But yeah, it's a freaking beautiful, that's what we're aligning to. And there's some philanthropy stuff with the upcoming school in Bodh Gaya in India. And then there's the books that I've written 3 of them. What is I? High Level Perception and Riffs on the Ineffable. So that's basically it. If you want to get in touch on coaching, just come here and hit inquire. Now, let's see how well I can get this read for y'all, because some of these are pretty good. They're a good way that we're connecting with the community. So, oh my God, I've never seen someone connect the whole non-self thing to fighting against the ruling elites. However, that's my verbiage. I like how you keep it simple, just breaking out of the matrix, and the phrase surrender the whole body to new earth. Even the phrase new earth in and of itself. This is a new North Star for me. Thank you for that. And for the channel, I could make a new post every minute to shit you say. It's such a beautiful comment. Super grateful. And I said, long lost brothers found. Let's get it, King. So that's really, I think that is basically the core of it, is connecting no self to fighting the ruling elites, connected to building the new earth, and connected to like anti-simping and pro basic needs and free energy and all that kind of stuff. So it's a whole new North Star, like was shared there. And it's so beautiful being able to kind of spearhead that North Star with y'all, fam. This is also probably one of the most important images here. I mean, the thing is, you can't get away from this. I mean, you can try your hardest to find other ways to build the future, but you'll never win, because this is the only way forward that works. You have to biomimic, 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 man. The trees and the mushrooms underground are in a perfect harmonious two-way resource exchange. It's incredible, impeccable. And it's super non-siloed, non-separate. It's just a singular unified network. And that same way we biomimic with our basic needs utopia, which is God's will. So the highest expression of God's will is a basic needs utopia. It's literally being infinite, infinitely creative, infinitely abundant. That's the end of the story. Biomimicry or bust. Highest expression of God's will is basic needs utopia. Free energy, unlimited creativity, unlimited bliss, joy, peace, abundance. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. This is the constitutionalization, fam. This is the constitutionalization. And you see, what we do is we liberate the silos. We liberate the separation. So wherever there's the assumption of being something that's hoarding in here, you know, you're hoarding, you're not sharing. Like, that's exactly where the catalysts go to liberate. Die for this. It's important to realize that, you know, we're going to mention that here in a little bit. One of my favorite quotes from this story, sweet, but you really do. I mean, you're basically crucifying yourself for this. Do you understand what that means? You're crucifying yourself for this. Okay? What that means is that your lowercase s self is being crucified. Whatever selfish, intense, and paradigms and programs that it's running are no longer, because they've been seen through as completely futile. And so that's what the crucifixion is. The crucifixion is the absolute cessation of all programs of selfing. The absolute cessation of all selfing programs. That's what crucifixion is. And then you're at nothing, being everything, which is you. And then all that is new earth, basic needs, abundance, prosperity. It's pretty simple stuff. So that's what's meant by die for this. This one too. Dear men, may your daughters meet guys like you. So basically, this is the best way to reflect to men to treat women like divinity, and to realize that daughters grow up and then interface with men that are just like you. So the better you are, the more that you can be rest assured that your daughter is being treated well by men also, and that and we can forgive ourselves, like in the below graphic, in the mood to forgive the versions of me that didn't know any better. Exactly. So if you don't know any better, you can forgive yourself. You can forgive yourself. Yeah. And there's so much beauty in really forgiving yourself. So much healing. So this is really nice, because I have a couple workouts in here that I'm just showcasing, and the thing about this that I want to say is that notice how it says get it kings, right? So there's the inspiration, and all the working out is get it kings, like get going, get pump on the body. Masculine's mandatory daily pump, homies. Get it, kings. Daily pump, daily pump. Get it. So this is what I meant by the GG. It's down here. I'll go ahead and I'll spoil it. But enlightenment reveals the deepest cause worth dying for. Enlightenment reveals the deepest cause worth dying for. So what we talked about earlier was crucifixion of self. And so basically that is the revelation that all that is you, and the deepest cause worth dying for is new earth, is liberating all the contractions in your root system of your body called earth. And that's basically what is said here in the conversation, is that Jesus flipped tables, and that embracing non-duality is through embracing duality, and that enlightenment reveals the deepest cause worth dying for. So there will be no bypassing of embracing duality. It's impossible, actually. The only thing you can do is actually embrace the role on the stage, and it's inherently dualistic. There's no way around it. Basically, you have to pick what's good and you have to pick what's bad, and in this case, good is basic needs and abundance for earth, free energy, and bad is matrix enslavement and limits on freedom and all kinds of shit. So there's no other way. I mean, you can't trip out in non-duality. There is no empty ground. There is no absolute. There is no thing that is transcendent from this. There is only this. It's so simple. So meaning you have to die into the character and its role. And that's the deepest cause worth dying for, is the highest possibility for earth. Why, when this could easily be our reality, do we keep finding ourselves stuck inside this? And then that's where I commented right away. Kings and queens of new earth, stay strong and convicted in basic needs and free energy abundance for all. We got this. I love you. So basically it's an impenetrable conviction of that top graphic, and moving via catalysts more and more of this up to this. Here's another one: stay constituted and never waver. There is some conversation happening here about politics and about vax and that kind of stuff. And there's just a simple, very, very simple response. There's no partisan. There's only new earth. Stay constituted. Don't waver. Psi and bio are great for new earth. Also great for dark arts hijacking. Be vigilant. It's way too simple and non-conceptual nor elaborative. New earth only. Basic needs abundance for all only. Nothing else to be added. Get it, king. And then it's perhaps only transmittable face-to-face or hand-in-hand. So just do your best to stay constituted as it. I fucking hate spiritual people and non-dual people that are masturbating on concepts all day long, equally to as much as I hate the World Economic Forum and the global elites and the bankers that are fucking contracting people in matrix prison. It's such a good one. I definitely recommend watching that. That's again across all channels as a clip or a short or a reel, etc. And I write here that realization is non-local, omnilocal, and embodied. Your body is the earth, and it has contractions that are asking to be liberated. Anyone truly infinite thirsts for this. So meaning when realized, it's realized that everything is you, and that it's obvious that the earth has contractions in its root networks, which is why there's so much just matrixy contractions. And if you realized, you're just thirsty for expanding those contractions. So it's just, there's so many spiritual cunts. It's just like the spiritual industrial complex is completely out of control, and all that really matters is that you know that you're nothing, and that nothing is being everything, and that you're everything. That's really all that matters. Nothing else matters, man. And once you know that, you can just be the body. And then you're the body, and then the body's in some sort of a free-falling flow of dualistic war of Infinity War, and you're just representing the good. You're representing New Earth as best as you can, and you're saying fuck you to all of the Matrix bullshit. And that's basically it. It's super simple. This is a fun one too, especially this one. It's like different. It's like two different worlds. One, awakening practice, non-duality, and two, the resistance movement. There often isn't a lot of overlap, but it doesn't have to remain this way. I dream that a lot of people in the second grouping will one day find this stuff to spiritual tech. And I wrote, it does feel like we've activated a new God mode by combining No One with New Earth and Anti-Matrix, like a LeBron or Drake flow to the game. So again, activated a new God mode by combining No One with New Earth and Anti-Matrix. Wake up, Neo. I love that, man. That combination right there is so freaking rich. No One, New Earth, Anti-Matrix. This is a throwback to 2018, where I wrote, this was when I was interviewing Jason Silva in a live audience. It was really super, it was fun. I wrote, never left, just been refining. If you know, you know, like, you know, just been refining. I've never left, because you read this, find meaning in life by shattering the control matrix and pursuing what actualizes your soul. So I've always really been on it. It's just honed in more and more and more. This one's so good. This is you. I love that noise, and I love the ripples, because this is you. I mean, anyone who's taken a psychedelic and looked out at vast swaths of plants and land is aware that basically what happens is the body, the solidity of the body dissolves. The body becomes kind of cellular vibrations that are made of light, made of energy. And it's clearly seen that the bodily vibrations are equivalent in terms of the vibrations of the plants. So the way that the plants are moving effortlessly in the wind and all beautifully is the same way that the body is pulsing and moving, like the heart, the gut, the blood, the GI, all that stuff. And it's just like endless little vibrational movements. Nothing is actually solid and everything is you. So this is the beauty of being able to really make that a clear constitution. Like, this is me. Like, my body is the earth. And if my body is the earth, that means all I care about is constitutionalization as the new world. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. You know, and if you're actually like that, then we can build a new world together, because what I know is then I can lock arms with you and we can go out onto the battlefield together, because I know that you're literally there to die. You're literally there to die for the new world. That's what crucifixion is. That's what crucifixion is. All of selfing is surrendered to God's will of new earth. All of selfing is surrendered to God's will of new earth. She says they miss the whole Drake. Over you. The new shit that you got is overdue. You better publish. You supposed to do. I'm like, why I could be all that, but still I can't deny the fact that it's true. You know, you can't deny the fact that it's true that you're destined to go God mode for new earth. There's no denying it. It's destiny. It's done. It's written. It's just about the selfing contraction being completely released and liberated from the body and surrendered to that God flow for new earth. There's just nothing else to do, my friend. If you realize that you were empty and you were infinite and that you had nothing to get out of selfing at all, it would be super obvious to you that the only thing is this God flow towards new earth. This is probably one of my favorite, give it a nice little rotations, one of my favorite new earth visualizations, images. Definitely save this one. This is also available on the link in the description on the alansakian.com/solarpunk. It's such a good one, man. This one is fucking amaze balls. Super inspirational, super galactic, universal. It's like free energy, basic needs abundance. It's so perfect. I love that one.
Do you believe in life after love?
This might be my favorite internet video of all time.
I can feel something inside you say, I really don't think it's strong.
That's like the cutest video of all time, I think. I think this one wins my heart forever in terms of best internet video. If anyone can beat this in terms of best internet video of all time, then send it to simulationseries@gmail.com. And if I think it's better, then I will feature it. But this is for sure cutest. I love it. I love it so much. It's like it radiates pure innocence, you know? New Earth is all about pure innocence. This is pure innocence, you know? There's no ideas, there's no separation, there's no hatred, there's no any of those contractions, you know? It's just pure joy, bliss, you know, Satchitananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. Simple, simple, man. This is great, this full send. So there was a comment about loving this. Do you have a video with more details on building the new basic needs infrastructures? Cheers from Brazil, full send. Love it. I wrote below, thanks, let's get it. Click the HomeDAO website link in description. We just had a call today with a new community being built in Brazil, full send. So basically, Earth being saturated in light cities with free energy and basic needs. Like billions of people living in light cities that are networked with free energy and basic needs, like obsolescence of money, obsolescence of bartering, obsolescence of everything, even travel costs, all that kind of stuff's just gone, you know? And I put the link down there for HomeDAO. It's also obviously in the description. Go and check it out, guys. Like, people ask in the comments all the time. They're like, what are you guys up to, man? Like, point me in the direction. And I'm like, it's literally in the description of every video is HomeDAO. Like, literally just go and look at it. You'll see there's a whole entire white light paper with tokenomics there. It's fucking beautifully detailed. We've spent so much time on that. And then we already have 220 million in assets under management in projects, and the developers already have tokens, and soon there'll be an opening to a network of maybe about 100 or so developers that we're onboarding, that will also be earning these tokens that are backed by this pipeline of next gen energy infrastructures, housing, communities, water, food, etc. So join that if you want, and just go homestead, you know, homestead. We'll have an opportunity with the interface soon to make it really easy to homestead through the DAO at incredible, beautiful modern homes for unbelievably cheap prices, like half of the average home price in the US. So yeah, it'll just depend if you want to spend more time in the community areas, if you want to homestead there, if you want to homestead solo, you know, it's all up to you, you know, how big. It's all modular to make it how big you want. This is a conversation with a friend. I said, lots of deep pains getting surfaced and metabolized in our networks and collective. The awakening is igniting rapidly. It's more important than ever for the mouthpiece to be freed by God's flow to take a stand. And I love that you did. Beautiful. Keep it up, Queen. So more than ever, it's crucial for the mouthpiece to be freed by God's flow to take a stand. Be completely freed at the mouthpiece. Allow the flow, everything, allow everything. This is another good one. This is from Bentino's recent post. Whenever it feels like God is slamming every door in your face and is actively busy striking you down, just remember that God can only strike down what is not you, what is false. And he does so precisely to help you know that you really are what you really are. So let God dismantle the illusions and let go into the pure you that remains. Cooperate with his agenda, and as you thus allow yourself to be liberated from the false wants and obsessions which kept you in bondage by your own ignorant will, you will realize that God's wrath was in truth God's love all along, and that God's will is your will. So this last part's also just so good. It's like only the false can die. So as the false dies, the true is revealed, and the true is that everything's you, and that you're the universe, and that that's love, and that any type of wrath is just destroying the false, and it's always God's love and that will is your will. This is another good one with New Earth energy. I love this one. It's a comment from one of the recent videos that's like about the stop simping and build a new world. And it's like, I like this energy. Feels like you stepped into your manhood masculinity and expressing the one and only through it. The time of being a passive bystander is over. We need to go out in the world and stand for what is right instead of staying in our comfortable spiritual bubbles. Make the people waging war conscious of their stupid unconsciousness. What are we afraid to lose by doing this? Our body? Who cares? If truth brings the physical death, so be it. Jesus did not fold. He stayed true when bodily death was coming. A spiritual mute? Heck no. A spiritual warrior? Heck yes. Yes, King, let's get it. You know, this one's so good, man. This one's so good. Like, dude, sacrifice all of the body, surrender all of the body, crucify every single cell, everything to God, to God's will for new earth, you know? Spiritual warrior for the new earth, baby. I love it. I love the new earth energy in the family, in the channel. It's so good. This is also good from my post from my friend Mesh. This is from Siddhara Meshwar Maharaj. An excerpt from Amrut Laya, and this was recommended to him by Ben. The pause between two states is nothing but pure consciousness. The state of the silent one is such that he does not allow a single word to rise, or even if he did rise, he does not allow its meaning to rise, but simply lets it slip by. When the word rises and is allowed to impress its meaning in the inner mind, that's when the world is born. Ignoring the word and not allowing it to carry any meaning for the mind is the eradication of the world. When the word does not energize the mind, what remains is the pure energy of consciousness. To experience the state continuously is called the state of silence. So basically, if you just catch that basically a concept, like a conceptual holographic projection is happening in essence. And so if you're just watching and you realize that, oh, when there's no conceptual projection and there's no objectification, and then there's no conceptual projection that's happening, it's just obvious that nothing is happening. It's obvious that there's only pure consciousness that's happening. It's obvious that that's everything, that that's love, that that's you at the most fundamental way. But you sort of have to, in a way, if you're still kind of trying to identify what self-realization is, you basically have to get really good at unhooking from objectification, and then you kind of learn to relax more and more as like subjectivity with the conceptual, kind of like conceptual projecting and whatnot. And then you notice that there actually isn't even a subject, that the subject itself is nothing. And therefore, that is true peace, that is true stillness, that is pure consciousness, that is bliss, existence, peace, joy. It's all of those things. And it's also the obvious flow of God's will for new earth. When there's no one home, it just becomes obvious that the only way that the current of the body moves is towards new earth. Here's another very direct pointing from Siddhara Meshwar. And I'll just read the highlights here because they're so good. As long as objects are taken to truly exist, until then only the seer remains. And then all objects depend on the concept of the seer, but Brahman is beyond concept and no concept can conceive it. You see, if you call it wood, it's wood. If you call it chair, it's chair. If you call it Brahman, it's Brahman. You know, call it world, it's world, etc. So as long as you notice that objects are depending on these concepts of the seer, and that really what the seer is this pure consciousness, which is nothing being everything. And Brahman is beyond concept, and no concept can conceive of it. This was funny in that same video. Puerto Rico 3 days. With the PDs. Oh, gosh, replay. We'll get there in a sec. So, in that same video on Stop the Simp, which I know I wrote like, I wrote something like stop matrix simping is what I wrote. Like stop matrix simping and build new earth. But I like stop the simp. It reminds me of Stop the Steal, and I like Stop the Simp because basically that's in terms of the essence of what Anti-Matrix is, I would actually say it's Stop the Simp. The essence of Anti-Matrix is Stop the Simp, because what the simp is, it's not just subscribing to OnlyFans and stuff. It's actually even more so, it's simping to daddy government. That's probably the biggest one. It's simping to corporations and simping to money as God. It's simping to your own selfing mechanism, so your own desires for validation and worthiness and that kind of stuff. It's simping for mommy and daddy's approval. And so what's happening is there's that program of simping that's running. It is outsourcing sovereignty. It is outsourcing God's will to some sort of like a program. It's like a satanic program. And that has it has its own agenda, and that agenda is any of those simping things. And it basically takes God's will and hijacks it and diverts it into its own selfing mechanisms. And that's a total disaster for the new earth. So meaning the most optimal way in terms of building new earth is actually through the destruction of the programs that are about simping. Most optimal way for new earth is destruction of simping programs. Anywhere where you simp, you are not free. Simping is unfreedom, is not freedom. Simping is the opposite of freedom. So, and that's why we have to use the duality. You know, non-dualists will be like, "Oh, you're free to simp also," you know, and so you see the game that they play with that and whatnot. But the dualists are able to have that clear discernment and say that, or the simultaneous or whatever you want to call it, superpositionists, where they can clearly discern and discriminate and say that no, this is all simping and that's all contraction, it's all selfing, and I'm in the direction of the vessel for God's flow, for basic needs abundance. Holly with the beaties, now they got our shit on replay. Sorry I'm in pajamas, but I just got out the PJ. Let's jam. Down Privé, and down where the heat play. James, they're just like D-Wade. Wait, but you need. Be free, man. It's so important. Be free and move the body. Be free, be free, be free, be free. Move the body, be free. What's up, mom? Where my money at? You gon' make me come down to your house? Where your mommy at? It's so important. It's so important to move the body. So important. You gotta move the body. You gotta move the body. Gotta move the body. Got to move the body freely. Got to move the body freely. So important. Multiple times a day, every single day. Stretch it out, move it around, open up all of the contractions in the body. I love this one too. Wow, nothing, just what I always wanted. It's such a direct pointing, you know? You'll never find it because you're already it, and what it is nothing. It's super simple, honestly. It doesn't take eons of seeking or any of that nonsense. It's actually already here, and it's just there's avoidance of it, basically, is what's happening. So if you don't want to identify as nothing, what you'll do is you'll avoid it, and when you avoid it, then a whole world manifests of separation and all kinds of stuff. And then you're hijacked by those programs instead of being that empty vessel for God's flow to new earth. And some more channel comments, good ones. Goated vid, brah. Greatest of all time vid. I fucking love that, fam. Thank you. King, let's get it. And then that was from the second comment was from the interview with Aaron Apke that we started by going with all that nonsense. And one of the comments really loved that and wanting to find someone like that. And I said, yes, find the others that can rival your ability to play nonsense. And then there was a comment on one of the IG reels about that was the first time that they had heard the phrase spiritual industrial complex to describe the spiritual seeker with the guru's testicles in their mouth for the whole incarnation. And it's a great acronym. It's SIC, sick. And nothing can replace the crucifixion of everything false, and what remains is obvious. This is some more awesome community love. Well said, man. Said, thank you, King. It's a good video on real self-realization. Check that one out if you haven't yet. And then another one is, your passion is inspiring for me. Thank you, brother. I said, pass along the passion as New Earth Catalyst, sister. And then same person, I love what you say. Thank you, friend. I say, grateful for our family. This is an interesting bit. So someone was responding to me and mentioning like, hey, like what matrix prisons are being built? And by the way, vaccines have been around quite a while now, and you also have many, so they're quite useful. And I said, matrix prisons are mega cities completely saturated by corruption. The lockdowns, jabs, CBDC, 0.1% elites inflating as obvious dark arts, absolute disrespect for poor and middle class nature and harmony. It's all generating separation with elite escape velocity. It has nothing at all to do with the highest expression of God's will of holism, unity, abundance, and prosperity for all. It is the opposite of a singular organism called nature working in harmony. It is a separationist and speciationist movement that is vacuuming everything for itself. I will read that again. Listen. It is a separationist and speciationist movement that is vacuuming everything for itself. You see? It's simple. Speciation. Fuck you guys, basically. Fuck you guys. Fuck you, poor and middle class. Vacuum everything for ourselves, and then boom, that last line. Laying out the plans in plain sight, using Hollywood to show blueprints like Elysium to their human cattle. So boom, gone. Human cattle, we don't care. We're off. And it's really just the pretending to be ignorant, because we all see it. I mean, it's blatantly obvious. Like even a small child is now able to see corruption, and like it's funny, like pretending like 30-year-olds and 60-year-olds and whatever, all these ages, like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, man. What a joke, man. I don't know what you're talking about regarding corruption, man. What the fuck? What a fucking dweeb. Oh, it's so funny. There's a comment in the chat about age. Yeah, I'm 31. 31, fam. All right, so we'll continue here. The resistance movement is New Earth sovereignty. Light cities with free energy and basic needs abundance. It needs to be the constant constitutionalization of the masculine warriors and the feminine support. It's already done. The awareness of the dark arts of the Infinity War generates catalysts to exit and build, to annihilate matrix programs running in beep-booping zombie minds. I love science and biology. It's how God expresses itself in nature. It can be used for incredible medicine, which is the direction New Earth is taking it. It can also be hijacked in endless ways by the dark arts, which we are only beginning to see the strategies of. Stay vigilant and sword wielded. Again, that's that second bit with the rainbow there. The resistance movement is New Earth sovereignty. Light cities with free energy and basic needs abundance. That's truly it. That's truly it. So let's exit and build. Let's homestead. Let's get into these communities together. Another good one. Get ripped, kings. Get ripped, kings. Get those abs. Get those abs. Get them, baby. Get them. Get them. Get them. Get them. Let's go, fam. Let's go. Get it. Get it, masculine kings. Get it. Get it, fam. Love you. Get working out. Get working out. Take good care of the body vehicle, fam. All right. This is good. This is a more of a nerdy way of describing what I'm saying here. And this is with also one of my friends, Nick Hamas. There I wrote at the bottom, helped inspire me with this. But in terms of math and AI and biology and also even physics, our anthill, Earth, is one locked into a local maximum. So that's That's this here. You can see that's the local maximum right there. And 2, when there is a collectively expansive global maximum, so this is a local maximum, this is a global maximum, and it takes catalyst to move the hive to the new peak. So meaning here's ants. Ants are running around this a local maximum, which is current Earth, and it takes catalyst and resource to move the ants to this higher global maximum that's expansive called the new Earth, with decentralized basic needs, abundance, prosperity for all. You can look at new Earth as an increase in creative potential being actualized. You can see, right? You can see the fluctuations here are just the divine sparks and whatnot, whereas here it's like kind of like, So that's an example that this is called the hill climbing algorithm. So you can use endless ways to point at what it looks like to move from the old to the new. And certain ones can be more relatable for people with all these different angles. This one's pretty beautiful too. There's a comment up there, making me come alive, bro. I said, love it, King, let's go. And then another comment, amen, brother. I said, amen, sister. And I love your perspectives, friend. Thank you. I said, thank you, Queen. I love you. And that the channel energy is on fire. No limits on the mouthpiece. Pure freedom. All straitjackets and valves obliterated. Ragnar Leonidas online. And if you don't know who Ragnar is from Vikings or Leonidas is from 300, I highly recommend studying them, because that's the pinnacle of divine masculine. And if you can really embody that and completely sacrifice your sense of self to the mission, which is building new Earth like these warriors do, that's game over, man. That's the crucifixion. Let's get it, Kings, every day, baby. Let's get it. You like my fur coat, baby? Let's go. Let's go. Get those pull-ups, baby. Take good care of the body, fam. Get a pump every day. So, and then this last story, this is the blueprint. If it makes you wet, then build it. And there's a link to the Solar Punk Gallery. Again, the link in the bio, in the description, and it's the alansakian.com. And then you'll see up there at the top is Solar Punk. And so if you take a look at this gallery, man, you take a look at this gallery and you are inspired. And this is the bodily constitutionalization process, you see. It'll slowly more and more constitutionalize as this and nothing else. And it'll only be excited about this. And you'll feel more and more of God within. Feel more and more of God within. You'll feel divine and beautiful. All right, so boom, boom. All right, I mean, that's pretty much it. Get inspired and, access these resources whenever you need to. If you want to, again, you can reach out for coaching inquiry there. And I'll do these more often. I wanted to make sure that at least if I'm going to be doing these big story dumps, that I'm going to be at least breaking down the stories via the stream, and then kind of like having that be like kind of where the frequency of the show is at, and further generating kind of constitutionalization and catalyst with it. So I'll probably do that whenever I do a round of posting. I mean, it'll be good to bring people on, like if people want to make clips of what's being said and then send them to simulationseries@gmail.com, I will gladly post them and then credit and all that stuff. That would also be very helpful, like making a decentralized engine of content in that sense, and eventually just post it on your own accounts with Home DAO and that kind of stuff to kind of inspire people, Solar Punk to kind of inspire people in that way. So, I mean, that's where we see things heading, and that's it. That's it, fam. All right, fun sesh. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Would like to hear from you. Give the video a like. Support it in the algo, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Share the vid if you feel like it's relevant with someone, and check out the links again in the bio. And much love, much love. Everything is always already here. Everything. The eternal peace is always here. And at the same time is the flow of the warrior for New Earth. Super simple stuff. Nobody's doing it. It's just freedom flowing. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.